In the vast, competitive battleground of the ocean, survival of the fittest usually means being the fastest, the fiercest, or the most cleverly camouflaged. But lurking in the deep is a creature that seems to break all the rules. A being so bizarre it looks less like a fish and more like a science experiment that was abandoned halfway through. This is the Mola Mola, the incredible ocean sunfish, often known simply as the fish with no body. You can't mistake it. Its physique is just weird. Imagine a giant, flattened disc, basically a massive head that decided it didn't need a tail. Unlike almost every other bony fish in the sea, the Mola Mola lacks a proper caudal fin, that familiar tail fin we see on most fish. Instead, the back end of its body fuses into a rudder-like structure called a clavus. This acts like a strange, slow propeller, pushing its immense, cumbersome body through the water with an almost lazy grace. It's one of the heaviest bony fishes in the world, with some individuals tipping the scales at over 2 tons. They are giants of the open ocean, yet they move with a slow, deliberate pace that seems completely at odds with the high-speed chases and brutal fights that define marine life. So how has this seemingly handicapped giant not only survived but thrived for millions of years? Its strategy isn't about aggression or speed. It's about sheer biological strangeness and being utterly, uniquely unappealing. In a world where everything is trying to eat everything else, the Mola Mola's first line of defense is simply being a terrible meal. It's too slow to be a threat to most large predators, and its physical makeup makes it a difficult and unrewarding catch. The primary defense is its incredible armor, its skin. The Mola Mola skin is astoundingly thick, reaching over 7 centimeters in some places. To put that in perspective, that's thicker than the cover of a hardcover book. This dense dermal layer is made of hardened collagen and coated in a protective layer of mucus, acting like a biological suit of chainmail. This tough hide shields it from everyday scrapes and injuries, helps ward off infections, and even protects it from the stinging cells of the jellyfish that make up its entire diet. It's a full-body shield that makes it incredibly resilient. Ironically, despite this impressive defense, the Mola Mola is often a swimming ecosystem for parasites. It can host dozens of different species of parasites on its skin and even internally. But far from being a weakness, this sometimes acts as a peculiar biological warning system. The types of parasites found on a sunfish can often tell researchers about the health of the waters it has been traveling through, acting as an unintended beacon for ocean pollution. But if its thick skin is its passive defense, its reproductive strategy is nothing short of a cosmic miracle. The female Mola Mola holds the title for the most prodigious reproductive output of any known vertebrate on Earth. A single female can release up to 300 million eggs in one spawning season. That's more than the entire human population of the United States. It's a staggering number, and it's a strategy born of necessity. The mortality rate for Mola Mola larvae is mind-bogglingly high. Nearly 99.99% of them will not survive to adulthood. They start their lives as tiny, spiky creatures, smaller than the head of a pin, and must navigate a treacherous world filled with predators. So, the Mola Mola doesn't bet on quality, it bets on sheer, overwhelming quantity. It floods the ocean with potential offspring, trusting that the brutal filter of natural selection will allow just a few to grow into the giants they are destined to become. From a pinhead to a 2-ton behemoth, it's one of the most extreme growth rates in the animal kingdom. Now, to sustain that massive bulk and the energy needed to produce so many eggs, a Mola Mola has to eat. Constantly. And its diet is highly specialized, consisting almost exclusively of jellyfish and other gelatinous creatures. The problem? Jellyfish are notoriously low in nutritional value. They're mostly water. This means a Mola Mola has to consume hundreds, sometimes thousands, of them every single day just to maintain its size and energy levels. It's like trying to build a mansion using only cotton candy. Its feeding anatomy is just as bizarre as the rest of it. The mouth is small, stiff, and seems permanently agape, like it's constantly surprised. Its teeth are fused together into a hard, parrot-like beak, which is perfect for chomping down on the slick, slippery bodies of its prey. Further down its throat, it has specialized pharyngeal teeth, which grind the food up before it goes down. This unique setup allows it to gulp down jellyfish after jellyfish without taking in too much water or air, a crucial adaptation for a creature that spends much of its life diving deep. And that brings us to one of the Mola Mola's most famous behaviors. Its hunting grounds are often in the cold, dark depths of the ocean, sometimes plunging down 500 to 1,000 meters into the abyss. Down there, the water is frigid. So, after spending hours in the cold, the Mola Mola engages in a crucial routine. It returns to the surface to sunbathe. You'll often see them drifting on their side, with one massive fin waving gently in the air, basking in the sun's rays. This isn't just for leisure, it's a vital act of thermal regulation. The sun's warmth reheats its core temperature, recharging its biological battery before it makes its next deep dive into the darkness. It's a cycle of deep, cold hunting and warm, sunny recharging. Sometimes, while they're at the surface, seabirds will land on them to pick off parasites, turning the sunfish into a floating cleaning station. For those hoping to witness this marvel of adaptation in person, the Mola Mola is a frequent sight in deep ocean currents around the world. But some places are true hotspots. In Indonesia, particularly around the islands of Nusa Penida, Lembongan, and Seningan near Bali, they emerge during the cold current season, typically from July to October. They ride the deep, nutrient-rich upwellings that bring massive amounts of food, and jellyfish, to the surface. Divers travel from all over the globe for a chance to swim alongside these gentle, otherworldly giants. The Mola Mola is the ocean's beautiful paradox. It's slow, strange, and seemingly defenseless in a world built for speed and power. But it has mastered a different kind of survival. Through its impenetrable skin, its mind-boggling reproductive numbers, and its unique lifestyle of deep diving and sunbathing, it proves that the key to survival isn't always about being the strongest. Sometimes, it's about being the strangest, the most specialized, and the most wonderfully, stubbornly unique. It's a floating head that has outsmarted the ocean itself. Thanks so much for watching. If you found the Mola Mola as fascinating as I do, hit that like button. And subscribe for more deep dives into our planet's most incredible creatures. See you next time.